morning. It is the Going On Daily Live morning show. Back at it again on a Monday morning, ready to start the week. It is myself, Rodrigo, and of course, Chuck Allen in the house. Look, Chuck. We have, had so many good shows in the past month. I cannot wait to bring the comments and all the information about our fans. It's going to be an exciting segment today.
I am very much looking forward to the fan interaction and feedback. I think every good show has let's read the viewer emails and then we get to talk about the stuff that they discuss. So that's pretty cool. Before we go any further, can I mention something to you?
Absolutely.
I don't know where the theme song for Going On Daily was created, but that song makes me wish that I knew how to play the trumpet. I'm just saying, happy Monday, everybody. Every time I hear that, I'm over here like,
yeah. No, I had a friend of mine who is a musician, and she used to come to some of my gaming events, a Smash Brother Melee player.
Oh, I don't even know what that is, but it sounds important.
She had told me that she's a musician and she does all kinds of music, and I'm like, could you make a theme song? And she's like, yeah, what do you need? And I explained what I needed and wanted. I wanted something, upbeat, morning kind of thing, and I like horns and stuff like that. And lo and behold, that came out of it.
Bullseye.
It was excellently a bullseye. Done. When I first got it, it was a little slower, and I said, can you make it a little more upbeat? And then seconds later, it was that. And I'm like, that is absolutely perfect. It's what I wanted.
There you go.
So it was nailed.
Song, folks. I've wondered that since day one. Now I know.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Lena is like, when she hears it, it gets stuck in her head all day. I'm the same way.
Same here. It's a worldwide phenomenon.
I love the theme song. I've always loved it. So prohibitive. Tired of streaming to zero? We're not streaming to zero.
We're streaming to millions. Prohibitive. You don't know.
We have tons of people watching us live right now. So
yeah, watch. We're about to have their fan interaction.
Chuck, even if nobody was watching, soon as Prohibitive started watching and posted that, it's not zero because they're watching.
Prohibitive, are you calling yourself a zero? Come on now, have a little confidence. It's Monday morning. You're a winner too. Let's go.
So we got people watching us live. Please throw out those comments because we love them. And we're going to get right into it because now that we have, fans chiming in saying, no viewers, but there are clearly right now we've already got 7 live.
Yeah. Thank you.
7 live that I know of.
And that's probably from all over the world. If you're one of the 7 that's watching live now, drop a comment telling us where you're watching from so we know.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Sharon is watching #winner.
Exactly, Sharon.
Fan interaction. We love the fan interaction, right? So Chuck, we've got some fan comments today.
All right.
Every once in a while I'll do this. There's always those that, have to go negative and they call us idiots.
They're haters.
Thanks
for watching, though, guys.
There's lots of those.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time out of your special busy day to comment on us because we don't even know who you are. You got your own coffee mugs? I don't think so.
We get a lot of those that say we don't know what we're talking about, but I beg to differ.
Hey, sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. That's the joy.
There's topics that I know nothing about, and I express that when I did the show with Luana, and I couldn't even, I didn't understand it at all. The whole duality thing. I said it. I don't know what this is.
I still don't know what it is.
Right, exactly.
So what are you going to say about us now, haters? We just admitted that we don't know some things.
Yes, you don't know everything. And so we had Kelly on the show last week. And we were talking about some bands and music and all that stuff. And he had said that the Beatles met with Bob Dylan. And he misspoke and said it was in 1964 when it was 1958.
Oh.
So he knew it happened.
The world is coming to an end,
He just got the
folks.
date wrong.
Uh-oh.
And of course, we had a lot of fan comments about that. Miss Candor Jr.
Oh, okay. I see we're not even using our real names for these hate comments. All right.
Oh, no. Most of them don't. So Miss Candor Jr. on YouTube said 1958! Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point.
Ooh.
And yes, it was in 1958. That is a fact. It was actually August 28th, August 28th, 1958. Not 1964. So Kelly was wrong on the actual year. So, but he did. It's all a conversation about something happening and just making a point on that happening.
And I'll be the first to admit that sometimes I say things that just aren't quite true. It's also an entertainment program. And sometimes maybe I add a little detail or two that may or may not have been true to some of the stories I come up with. And by the way, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Slam Pig Magoo. I think that is probably the coolest name I'm going to see all day. And Slam Pig Magoo, this show's dedicated to you.
There we go. See? There you go, Slam Pig. He runs a group on Gab for YouTube. I guess YouTube streamers. So a lot of people post up their show on that, and I do that as well. Oh. He is the one that runs that group. So always thankful that we are able to post in that group on Gab. So if you go in there, Slam Pig, if you have that link available, if you have the link to that group, please share it in the comments. That would be great because
I'll join it for my own podcast. I will join it for Keeping It Real.
Yeah. So everybody is here, it seems. Sharon is here. Kenny, let's go. Let's go. Me and Kenny did the show yesterday. Oh my God, that was so fun. He was so angry at my top 5. It was ridiculous.
I missed yesterday's show, but now I'm going to have to go back and watch this.
Oh, he was so angry. So angry. Lena is here. I'm sure she's going to be kind of like checking out the show while working, which is always great. It's always great.
Multitasking. Got to
give
love
me a
it.
second. So Slam Pig is going to post up that group for YouTubers. So I would suggest getting on it. There's a lot of people in that group. Lots. I want to say
I'm going to join that as soon as I can.
Or something like that. It might even been more than that. So, so that seemed to be the hot topic with comments. Is that
slight variance in dates? We've got to be completely 100% accurate in everything we do, or like 900 people will come out of the woodwork and make sure that we know you were wrong, sucker.
So on that same topic, Thomas DeFrancesco.
Okay, real name. I respect it.
Awesome, right? So he said, so untrue. Beatles had influences, and this is the comment about we were talking about how Bob Dylan was an influence for the Beatles, and he talked to them and told them to, do his own thing.
Seems legit, but I'm about to find out that it's probably not.
So I guess the date that they actually met was 1964,
Ah,
but it was Kelly, and I had it backwards. Kelly had said that it was 1958. So 1964, the Beatles were already doing
they were
what they
pretty
do.
well known. They'd done a few
Yeah.
things.
It was already, so Bob Dylan really didn't have anything to do with them doing their own stuff because they were already underway with doing all that stuff. So he says, so untrue. Beatles had influences. However, they created music that was always evolving and theirs alone. And that is so true. I love that comment because they started a lot of everything.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They were like when Helter Skelter came out, that was one of the 2 or 3 songs that really started heavy metal.
I did not
So you got
disagree
to give
one
them
bit.
credit for that. Every group starts by doing covers, but some evolve. The Beatles, in less than a decade, became the greatest group in history. I gotta agree with them.
Yeah,
Like
no
what they
disagreements.
accomplished in just a decade was absolutely unheard of. Like nobody expected that. So
I like this positive
YouTube won't let
interaction
me
stuff.
post the
This is cool.
URL. So you got to go to Gab and groups and 720 apparently because he couldn't post the link.
All right.
Yeah, I get how they do that. I guess I don't know, but you know, technology works wonders, right?
It's a beautiful thing.
But Slam Pig, everybody knows you got to go to Gab and you got to go to the YouTube group that is labeled as 720. Beatles are the best. Sharon says that they are the best, and I gotta agree with that. I mean, the numbers don't lie. like, like when you think about the songs that those guys wrote, I mean, it's unbelievable. Also on that same subject, 37 GT said
All
so
right.
much misinformation here. And no, it was just the wrong date. It was just the wrong date. So when you claim that it's misinformation, you're just trying to get videos banned. That's all you're trying to do. That's when
That's what
you're saying
happens
it's
when you do this. I
misinformation.
see. There is an ulterior motive. 37 GT is trying to
Yeah,
get us banned from the airwaves.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
shame
And
on you,
that is just
37
wrong. It
GT.
wasn't misinformation. It was a guy that was saying things, that was just
It's
the wrong
satire,
date.
folks.
It
We're
was the
just
wrong
normal
date.
people.
Yeah. And it's all opinions too. What we do on here is opinions of certain subjects. So we give the
100%.
information and we talk about it, and it is opinions. And some people can't
Indeed.
handle that.
Nothing I've ever said has been totally factual, and I admit that. But it makes for good stories.
So Sergeant Pepper is overrated, but Across the Universe is angelic. See, now I'm not a big fan of Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I don't really care for that song much. I don't really care for it. But
Ron is in agreement.
but stuff that they do, like we've had songs come up a lot on some of my top fives, and Blackbird has been talked about, Strawberry Fields. These are fantastic songs that are not, your normal songs that you hear on the radio. Yes, I get that some of their stuff was bubblegum rock back then. It's like Can't Buy Me Love.
That was like
Still love the
that was the
song.
modern day version of NSYNC back then. I get
Right.
it. But NSYNC
Yes.
sold a lot of albums too, folks.
Yes.
People like
Yes.
that stuff.
And, but other songs like Revolution, I mean, these are great songs. Let It Be, I mean, one of the best songs ever
Yeah, who's
written.
going to argue this? Anybody want to make a comment that we're misinforming the public today? I think
Yes.
not.
Yes, really. All right, so Desert Fish
Okay.
was commenting about when Becky was talking about the fires. I think that was your show with Becky. The
Indeed.
fires
Where
in
you're
Canada,
getting
right?
fines for walking outdoors.
Right.
I saw this comment. I saw this on our video, our reel.
Desert Fish said it is a temporary fire during fire season, and then went on to say it was like ridiculous anyway,
It is ridiculous. But
Yeah.
it's not really temporary in that if you get fined that 25K, it's not like they give it back to you after fire season's over. So temporary is probably not the word.
So Slam Pig is he's really into this conversation right now
I
because
love it.
he's got
Slam
a lot
Pig.
to say. So Piggies is one of the best anti-government song ever, real biting for its time. Look, absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many of those. I mean, John Lennon was really anti-government, right? I mean, he like the song Imagine. I mean that is arguably the best song written, one of the top 3 at least.
I don't
So,
disagree with that. Your musical taste is excellent, my friend.
see, there we go. See, all right. So then it was Dan SV1 commenting about the photo of the space landing kind of thing.
Okay.
And I had commented is like, so if one guy is in the capsule, orbiting or whatever he's doing, he's in there, he's not coming out, and the other two are on the moon, who's taking the picture of them?
It's an interesting question.
Right? It's a question that I don't know the answer to. Who took the picture?
Maybe that
If
was
the
like
guy
the
is inside the
prehistoric selfie.
capsule, right?
They stuck it on a
So
tripod. They set the timer. They ran over real quick and are like, I mean,
so
not impossible.
Dan SV1 said, why wouldn't you just find the answer? It wasn't the point that I'd have to do the research. It's a question that I'm sure a lot of people have, and a lot of people question whether or not it was real because who took the picture?
And Dan, if you have the answer, please feel free to just post it in the comments. We'd like to know.
When they have all the photos of the space shuttle in space and stuff like that. Who's taking those pictures? That's what I want to know.
Things that make you go,
It's just a question because, we're not reporters. We're not people that are going to go and research all these things. We are having a conversation about it. And yes, I'm loving that you commented. But we're not reporters and we're not investigators. I mean, if I go ask NASA who took the picture, what are they going to tell me? They're going to tell me scram in more vulgar language.
maybe we should try that and see what happens.
Yeah.
Could make for some good content. But again, folks, this is an entertainment program. We're very entertaining, though not always 100% correct, factual or timeline wise with our topics. There's a disclaimer.
Yes. Opinions. What is the disclaimer? The thoughts and opinions of the members of the panel
do not necessarily equal the truth. We try our best to be funny.
Yes, we try our best. That's all we do. We talk about it, and fans are more than welcome to comment, of course. And we love the comments.
It boosts our algorithm. So maybe we're saying things incorrectly on purpose, just because we know you guys can't help but hate on it.
Chuck, now let's get Ron's top 5 list like his taste in music.
Oh, hey,
So
we did the
see,
top
Kenny,
5 hits
don't
of
hate.
1983 a couple weeks ago, and it was outstanding. We also did the top hits that were named after a place.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, Africa should have been number 1. But other than that, I agreed with everything.
See, there
Yeah,
you go.
not a bad
You
song
know,
on the
and
list.
it like I said, it is how you feeling that day too. I mean, your moods and your temperament and all that has something to do with the list that you make at that moment.
I went to the gym
And it
this
could
morning
always
and listened to a
change.
bunch of Tupac. It's not a normal day for me, but I did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel good,
Uh, like
inspired.
he was just look, Kenny likes the Bee Gees, ABBA, and New Kids
About
on the
that
Block.
too. Hey,
You
all
know?
3 outstanding.
Sharon, we do our best to get it right, but hey, we're human. The panel's thoughts and opinions may not always be 100% factual correct because it's our opinions. This is why I keep stressing it is our
Yeah,
opinions.
sometimes we don't even do our best to get it right because we know if we say it wrong, it's going to get a spike in the traffic and the engagement.
Yeah,
And
see?
thank you to the haters because you're making us rich.
This
We
is what
probably
I'm
made at
saying.
least 10 or 12 cents off that.
When I do a top 5 list with Kenny, oh, I'm putting something on there he's not going to like.
Oh,
I'm
there you
putting
go.
something on there just to push his buttons.
The antagonism is part of the show. It's part of the format,
And
folks. It's what
leaving
we
off
do.
John Cena was like the best because I mean he
You
would
left
have
off
John
John
Cena
Cena
number
from
one.
what list was this?
Uh, famous people born in Massachusetts.
And John Cena didn't make the list.
Nope.
Well, hey. John Cena. He's a legend.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
if I can name 5 famous people born in Boston, but
oh yeah, not Boston, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. I know that John
There's a
Cena's
lot
from
of them.
West Newbury, Mass. I know that from my
Yeah,
years of being a wrestling fan.
look, you have to watch the show because there are tons of them, lots of them. You know, I mean, it was endless. Like it makes your head spin because of the people that I had to leave off. You know, it's like, what can you do? You have to
What
leave
can you
somebody off.
do? The list could go on for days.
Hmm. And I didn't even include athletes
Oh,
because that would have created another problem, Rocky Marciano. But, you know, I didn't have John Cena on the list because it wasn't athletes, it was everything else. So he's been in movies and stuff. So I didn't put him up there because, you know, I've liked one movie.
I don't even know any John Cena movies. I know he turned into a bad guy a while back, and I saw a thing where he was like insulting a kid and his father in the crowd, and I thought, you know what? That's interesting. John Cena. Never thought that would
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big list. Yeah, Lena, it was a big list. All right, so we had another comment, guards wanted,
Oh.
GARDS, guards wanted.
Okay.
Uh
Misspelled.
it was an episode where we were talking about the death penalty in Utah was by firing squad.
Okay.
Pretty
Is
brutal,
the
right?
death penalty in Utah by firing squad? I did not know that.
Yes, it is.
That's kind of cool. I mean, my opinion only.
All right, so guards wanted made the comment, tell cops, prisons, and military to vote on what the death penalty should be.
Okay. Fair
Even though that's
enough, I
not how it's
guess.
done, it is done through the state Congress
I feel
and
like it's done in the
representatives.
best interest of each individual state. And I feel like if we let everybody vote, they just pick their favorite way. And who
Yeah,
knows? Maybe some of them like
yeah.
electrocution. Maybe some of them like firing squad. Some of them
Firing
like the
squad
needle.
seems
I
kind
mean,
of
I don't
brutal.
know. What do? You make a list and then say which one's the coolest, which one's the best. How do you vote on that?
Yeah, I know. Like, can you add stuff in there? Like, throw them in a tank with a great white or something like that? I mean, is that
Yeah,
possible?
bathtub with a toaster. That works.
Bathtub with a toaster. Exactly.
Probably a lot cheaper than all the other methods combined. If we want to save money, here we go.
Yeah, you're only spending like 10, 15 bucks on a toaster.
Yeah.
Cheap.
You can buy them at yard sales for cheaper than that. I mean, if we're going to do it, let's do it.
Yeah, that's a
Doesn't
good
have
point.
to be a toaster. Could be a clock radio.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Yeah. So John Cena apparently had a great cameo in Trainwreck. I don't remember that movie.
I'm sure it was awesome.
I'm sure it was.
I don't watch movies, so I can't really say, but I'd never heard of Trainwreck either. Not saying it wasn't a great classic film, but I don't know.
All right, so those are the fan comments. But we had a whole bunch of news. Wow, what is it called? Subscribers. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay.
What the heck? I can't remember what it is. We had a bunch of them, and I figured I'd name off a bunch of those. Orlando Owen subscribed to our YouTube.
Thank you, Orlando.
Hambus Hambone.
Ooh.
And I cannot wait to check out their stuff because that sounds interesting. Of course,
it gives Slam Pig Magoo a run for his money on Coolest Name of the Day.
And I did go and check him out. I wish I had a lot of time to just like sit there and watch a lot of these videos and stuff. But I did check his out. If you like video games, you got to check it out. So Slam Pig, thank you. Daniel Griffin, Maggie.
Love it. Thank you.
Janice Smith, Connor Templeton, Clayton's Gaming Junction.
That sounds cool.
So he's a gamer, and I like video games. And William Rowe. A lot of these names sound like they're like Marvel and DC superhero, alter egos.
Well, to us, all of our viewers are superheroes, and we appreciate you all greatly. So continue on with the cool names.
Yes, absolutely. Hambone and Slam Pig Magoo, gotta love pork.
Well, I just had some bacon for breakfast, and I appreciate what you guys gave me there.
That's great. I didn't even realize Hambone. Yeah, I just thought it was a cool Hambone was a cool name.
Can't dispute that.
So you have two good ones today, Chuck. Slam Pig is still pretty damn good, though.
Of course, yes.
That's good. That's good. So, all right, that is that. Let's go through where you can find us now that we were talking about all of this. You're watching us live on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. So get on there. I'll tell you, that Rumble is doing pretty well for us, a month and a half in.
I like it. Our goal is to get on the front page of Rumble.
Yeah, that would be awesome, huh?
I think we're going to do it. Awesome. Actually, I know we're going to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, we're growing so fast on Rumble. It's insane. You can also watch us live on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. There you can donate bits. And let me tell you, we have a bunch of people watching live now. So if you each throw us 2 bits, that would be spectacular. That would be spectacular. 2 bits.
A bunch of 2 bits would be great.
It would be. You also can watch, listen to us. Whoops, wrong one. Listen to us on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. So you can listen to us at work, like Lena is doing while she's working.
On the download.
Although she's watching us live. But Red Circle, Chuck, they can actually donate on Red Circle. So again, throw us 2 pennies. 2 pennies.
Add your 2 cents, folks. We love it.
It helps. It helps. It keeps the show going. It keeps the hosts happy. You can Follow us on all our social media like U42, Odyssey, Parler, Space, Hey, Gab, where Slam Pig has a big group on.
Huge prominence for Slam Pig on Gab.
Yes. MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, and of course, Patreon at RIBroadcasting, where you can get these. I got my orange juice today, Chuck.
I just had some
Nice to have
Black
my
Rifle
orange
coffee.
juice. I went so long without orange juice, and I finally broke down and made an order and got it. So I had my orange juice yesterday morning, which was wonderful. Chuck, I got some stuff. Got some stuff coming.
All right.
Look, you can follow us on Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show. Very important that you do this because we need everybody to start following us again on Facebook because we lost our 10,000 followers. So get on there and follow us there so that way we can air the show live on Facebook. So please follow us and share it out to your friends so that way they follow as well. But let me tell you what, me and Kenny talked about this yesterday. And because I talked about it yesterday, I couldn't wait a week.
All right.
Couldn't wait a week. We're going to do our Going On Daily Hall of Fame.
Oh.
So that means musicians, movies, TV, all kinds of stuff like that, authors, whatever it may be. We're going to stay away from the sports because we do this on Sports Unfolded. We have the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame, and it's been going for, a couple of years now. I love it. So we have on our website, RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, the first poll is up on that page right now. You go to RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net and you go to Going On Daily. You can vote on the first 5 music acts to be inducted into our Hall of Fame.
Oh. Do you know who they are off the top of your head? I'm happy to go look, but
it is the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Aretha Franklin, the Beach Boys, and for some reason I can't remember the other one, but it's on there. So go vote, please go vote, and of course we have, links to all the hosts, where you can find them. We have the recent episodes that are fantastic. And of course, we have a thing there that you can donate. But as soon as you go on the page, it should be up there and functionable. Of course, I voted and I only get 1 vote. So, and then I squashed it and now I can't get it back because I already voted. That's why I don't know who's on it right now.
You got to take these votes seriously, fans.
Yes. So you can only vote once. So get on there and vote. I would love to have 6 more votes right there, like right now, because I know there's, a bunch of people watching. If I can get 6 to 10 today, that would be spectacular.
You've got my word. I will be voting, and I'll even tell you.
So vote on
for
it.
The Beach Boys.
It will that vote will last until the end of the month, and then every month I'll have a new one on there, and just vote,
So basically, what you're saying is 2 weeks from now on this particular Monday morning program, we should be able to announce the first Hall of Famer because it'll be official the day before. So
absolutely,
all the more reason to tune in 2 weeks from today.
Absolutely. And then, we'll have like a bunch of their accomplishments, whoever wins, all of them deserve to be in.
Let me ask you this, Ron. Kind of like baseball. You get on the ballot, you don't get voted in the first time, the second time, but maybe the third time you do. Does this apply to these music acts as well? Like, say the Beatles don't get it in this first time. Obviously,
Right,
they're Hall of
right.
Famers. Do they have the
Yeah.
opportunity later on down
So
the road to maintain their eligibility into the Going On Daily Hall of Fame?
yeah. So what happens is, if you don't make it next year, that you can try to get in again.
You
But
got to wait an
if
entire
you have
year.
if you have 0 votes this year
Done.
and then you have 0 votes next year, you're eliminated.
Wow.
So it's very important to vote for your favorite so that way they don't get shut out.
Exactly.
Very important.
What a terrible thing to have happen,
Yeah,
man.
that would be because it could be,
Someone's
and
going to
it's
set the
funny.
precedent. Someone's going to get 0 votes 2 years in a row, and we're going to have to come back and be like, Lita
Can't
Ford,
be
you're
in.
no longer eligible, or
Right.
whatever it may end up being.
And I'll tell you, last year Kobe Bryant got 0 votes
For the Hall of Fame for
for
basketball.
our Hall of Fame. Got 0 votes. Charles
Wow.
Barkley won that one. I couldn't believe it.
There
I
you
was
go.
stunned
It's very
that Kobe
unpredictable.
got 0.
If that doesn't tell you that this is legit and it's not fixed in any way, nothing
Yeah.
will.
So now, if we have Kobe Bryant in one this year, because this was last year, if he gets 0 again, Kobe Bryant wouldn't be in our Hall of Fame.
Let's go vote for Kobe, fans, because we all know
Yeah, it hasn't.
he
We haven't
deserves at
put
least
it up
one
there
vote
yet,
to
but
maintain
it's coming.
eligibility. You can't shut out Kobe Bryant. Come
No,
on.
you can't. You can't.
Hmm.
And I'll be the first one to admit I chose Charles Barkley because I was afraid he was going to get no votes.
He ended up winning. Maybe he got
He
the
ended up
sympathy
winning.
vote and it ended up being the majority.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened there.
Charles
that's what
Barkley,
happened.
the round mound of rebound, ladies and gentlemen, out of Auburn. Sir Chuck.
So let's not happen. So vote for your favorite. You might have another one that you like as well, and you're probably thinking, oh, well, they won't get votes, but such and such will. It's like the whole thing. Like the Beatles are going to get votes, right? Well,
What if they
everybody thinks
don't?
that and you vote for somebody else that doesn't get votes, and then once you click it and you see, oh, nobody's voted for them.
Everybody thought that the Beatles were going to get votes, and therefore we all voted for the Beach Boys. I've already made it clear. I'm voting for the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
For that very reason. They belong, but I feel like more people are going to overlook them based on the competition. So I'm always one for the underdog.
It's not. It's like the cheerleader, right? In high school, everybody thinks that they're with someone, so nobody ever asked them to the prom. It's that
True
kind
story.
of thing. You just expect, okay, well, that one's gonna win, so I'll just vote for this one, so that way they get a vote. And it doesn't turn out to be that way.
Don't do them like high school cheerleaders, people. Pick your favorite, regardless of what you think is going to happen with other people, and everybody wins. Just be yourself. That's the Monday lesson of the day. Just be yourself.
All right, so Chuck, where can people find you?
People can find me all over the internet, my friend. I am, as you can see down here, youtube.com/ChuckAllen210. And the 210 is the San Antonio, Texas area code. That's why I came up with that original title. It used to be called Keeping It Real Podcast, but someone told me that I was the brand and not the podcast. So I also do a lot of sales videos. I've got some David Goggins videos that I made on there, some roofing education videos. I've even got a couple iRacing videos. So my YouTube channel is quite awesome to watch. You can check me out on Instagram at ChuckAllen9, Facebook, Chuck Allen, LinkedIn, Chuck Allen. I don't know what my TikTok is, but it's got the name Chuck Allen in it, and it's got this face, so you can't miss me. I think I need to get on a few more. I still don't even know some of these ones that were on here, and I need to diversify a little bit. I think I'm actually going to go back to making my podcast audio as well. I've been just video for about 3 years, but I think I need to go on to some of these audio platforms so that people can find me on TuneIn and iHeart like they used to. And yeah, but if you just type in Chuck Allen on Google, I always tell this to my homeowners, type in Chuck Allen roofing, and I promise you'll see a million different things about this guy right here. And if you can't find me, then it wasn't meant to be.
All right. So, we've gone 40 minutes and have had one topic, and that was the fan comments.
I'm ready to cut my second topic of the day out already. So if we need to do that for time constraints, I'm all about it.
So let's talk about back to school items. Look, this is a great one because you're talking basically retro.
Absolutely, like an Alf lunchbox. No kids are taking Alf lunchboxes to school today, I can assure you.
I don't think any kids are taking any lunchboxes today.
Probably not. Now they
So
buy
what do you
everything
got
with
for
their...
us?
All right, so I've compiled a little bit of a list, a trip down memory lane, if you will. There have been multiple school openings here. Danny's Dallas Cowboys, Lakers, let's go, says Hiron. All
right. Hello, Danny. Welcome.
He lets us know exactly who his favorites are right off the bat. Texas guy.
Yes.
I'm sure he voted for Kobe.
I don't know. I don't know if he was watching back then.
Well, Danny, now you know the rule. You need to go vote for Kobe so he doesn't get shut out of the Hall of Fame.
Right.
But anyways, we're talking a little bit of retro. I'm a little bit older now. I'm a couple years past the exciting back to school days that I used to really love as a kid. And some of the things that we used to do as kids, I used to go work at my parents' convenience store all summer long so I could make enough money to where I actually went and bought my own school supplies, my own school clothes, because I wanted to show out, right? Like, I wanted to be above and beyond. I wanted everybody to call me a spoiled little kid, even though they didn't realize I worked all summer to make the money and I spent it on myself. But some of the things that we used to get back in the day before school really be the most exciting time of the year for me as a kid, because I wanted to go and I wanted everybody to be like, dang, man, check him out. So what were some of these items, you ask? Back in the day, Ron, when I would get ready for school, one of the first places I'd have my mom take me at the mall would be Foot Locker. Oh, James Worthy's his neighbor.
Yeah.
If James Worthy would ever like to be a guest on the show, we've got an open invitation for him. He's one of the best. Anyways, I'm not trying to get off track, but yeah.
No, that's a good comment.
Yeah.
You know?
All about it.
He's got a picture of him too on his Facebook.
Is that what that is? I can't tell, but there you go. Once again, the ADD has kicked in and I've shiny object my way right off the topic. But ladies and gentlemen, Foot Locker is where my mom would take me. And I remember with the first year of 7th grade, there was this new phenomenon that came out. And I think they might have come back with these. I'm not sure if they're as cool as they used to be, but Foot Locker, 7th grade year, you know what I wanted more than anything in the world? I wanted a pair of Reebok pumps. Now, I don't know if you remember the Reebok pumps, but these are these shoes you put them on and you could go like this on the tongue and it would get like tighter around your ankles and stuff.
Yep.
I still don't understand exactly what the point of it was, other than, hey, you don't roll your ankle when you're using them in gym class, but you were never even allowed to use them in gym class. So it was kind of weird. But Reebok pumps were one of those items that nowadays kids will never really know how cool they were.
It's all about Jordans.
I had some sick Jordans too, but they got stolen out of my locker. And I'll never forget that. I call out the guy right now publicly. His name was Billy Nunamaker. You stole my Jordans in the 8th grade, bud. And lucky that I live in Texas now, because that just struck a nerve. I had the coolest Jordans of all time, and they were literally stolen on the opening day of school. So good for me. D Brown had some cool pumps too, I believe.
Yeah.
I like the David Robinsons myself.
Yeah. Kenny's a big Celtic fan, so.
Hey, D Brown was awesome.
Becky's here. Good morning,
he could do some stuff.
And we got a lot of people watching today. This is great.
This is what I'm talking about. We should do this full time every day. Oh, that's right, we do. So now you've got no excuse other than to watch every single day, but Friday, it's going on daily, 10 a.m. every day of the week. So That was my cool thing initially when I started going there was the Reebok pumps. There were Jordans, there were some other cool shoes along the way, but the pumps were the one where I thought, that's now become a piece of history where kids will never understand just how cool it was to tighten those things up so tight that your feet literally went numb and nobody really could even tell. So shout out to Reebok for that. We've come a long way.
I'll tell you, Chuck, 3 decades after Jordan has retired,
still number one.
He still sells more sneakers than all of the other players that are currently in the league do now.
Yeah.
Combined.
And do you think that the kids that are buying the Jordans in school now are doing it because of Jordan, the basketball player, or just the brand? Because none of them were alive when he played.
Yeah, I know.
Talk about taking something from being awesome to being even more awesome. Shout out to Michael Jordan.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Some of them are really nice, though. I like the all one color kind of thing. Especially black. I love my sneakers to be black. White, they get too dirty.
I like neon blue
like
and neon green as well. That matches my roofing company colors, and I had some custom Nikes that were Rio Blanco roofing green and blue with white trim. I don't know whatever happened to them, but they were amazing. And yeah,
maybe that kid stole them.
Well, Billy Nonamaker. Don't think I forgot, son. That was 8th grade. Yeah, don't think I forgot. Anyways, that was one of the cool items that we used to go and really go all out for back in the day. And we digress a little bit. Let's talk about a couple other things that we used to do back in the day that nowadays kids cannot, nor will they ever be able to do. We don't say that name. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
I shouldn't be calling out people. You're right. It'll probably get back to him. And if it does...
No, I think he's talking about Jordans.
Oh, well, he's the official sponsor of Michigan football, so I really don't speak highly of that either. I'm a Buckeye fan, as you can see, so whatever. Anyways, something else we used to do back in the day that was really cool. The first day of school, you get your seating assignments, you'd look around and you'd see where your friends are, and the first thing you'd have to do is you'd have to put together a little folded up piece of paper that would have some sort of a question in it, like,
oh yes,
what are you doing for lunch? Or you do the little fortune tellers and stuff. And I used to think that was cool. And I remember I was never that slick because my name always started with A. So I'm always in the front row at most of my school seating assignment deals, right? Like, I felt like it was lazy and they just put the alphabetical order, and I always sat next to the same people, and all my friends, their last names were with P and S and all that. So you'd have to and I was always the one because of my affiliation with the front row. Yeah. See, they don't even know. I agree.
Yeah.
That's branding right there. It'll live on forever, long after the man himself. But yeah, I used to get caught passing those notes. And I'd end up getting in trouble all the time for that. That was one of my most horrific offenses that I did multiple times during my school education is I get caught passing notes. I'd end up in the hallway. We didn't have texting and we didn't have cell phones back in the day, which now in Texas, they've ironically banned cell phones in school. So it made me wonder, are the kids going to have to go back to doing these little secret notes? Are they going to have to get slick again like we were as kids? I don't know. But we shall see. I hope they
won't
do.
Be as good.
Nope, they never are. Never are as good. Another one that I looked at, and I thought this was good because I literally think I passed the 4th grade because of this, is the little Casio watches that had the calculators on them, the big screens. And they talk about, well, we don't have that anymore. I do have that on my Apple Watch. I have a calculator. I use it to calculate tips at restaurants and so on and so forth. But back in the day, that was another one of those things where you'd have to kind of be like a little slick and little, discreet about what you're doing here. And I honestly never learned my multiplication tables, folks. I'm 47 years old. I don't know what 9 times 4 is unless I go to my watch. So thank you, Casio, for getting me through school, helping me graduate with flying colors, because I wouldn't have been able to do it without that watch. Those watches are no longer the thing, but I remember how big time they were back in the day. They were like prehistoric version of the pager, prehistoric version of, obviously the iPhone and iWatch and everything we have now, where you can do FaceTime videos on your watch if you really want. But
Yeah, you
as
can bring
kids,
it
we had to be a
around.
little bit more creative about it. So that was another fun thing about going back to school. We always spent a lot of money on our school supplies. Back in the day, Ron, you're a sports fan. I'm sure you remember they used to have those pencils that had the NFL teams on them, and we would
Yep.
trade those back and forth with our friends. I'm always looking for a Cleveland Browns. I'm willing to give up the Astro or the Oilers. We had the whole thing, and at one point, I think I had the entire NFL collection. But pencils are no good unless you get up and you saunter on over to the corner of the room in front of all your friends and your new Jordans, and you stick that in the wall and you do the pencil sharpener. I don't believe pencil sharpeners exist. I haven't been in a school in quite a while, but if anybody knows, do they still have pencil sharpeners? Because nowadays, if you really think about it, they could have been really bad. Had we been worse as kids, you sharpen something up to a very sharp point, and all of a sudden there's a kid in your class you don't really care for. There are some different possibilities that you could use those pencils for. And I actually had lead stuck in my arm at one point. I think it came out, but maybe it didn't. Maybe my skin just grew over it. I got stabbed by a pencil when I was a kid. So
I think everybody has.
yeah, we were very trusting, and we weren't very smart either. Because back in the day, you take the sharp pencils and you do the little trying to get you in between your fingers, and that's why my fingers are messed up too. That and playing bloody knuckles. So I think maybe the advent of the video game was actually a good thing for kids, because we stopped doing that stupid nonsense and we started just vegging out on the couch and getting good at Nintendo.
We always found something to do back then.
Always found something to do. And we always made the best of our resources. And the best of our resources segues me into this next thing. When I was a kid, you would get these textbooks from the school and they'd be yours. You'd have to sign them out and you'd get them loaned to you for the entire year. And it's our responsibility, therefore, to take care of them, right?
Protect them.
One of my favorite things to do was the week before school, we'd go to the grocery store and make sure you got all paper grocery bags. So you could create those things and you could like personalize them, make them your own. Grocery bag book covers. I can assure you, I go to the store now, they don't even have paper bags anymore, I don't believe. So what do the kids do? I don't know. I think they probably get their books on their iPads or whatever, and I think it's a completely different world, but that's a lost skill, kind of like driving a manual transmission. Nowadays,
yeah, I don't know if they do that or not. I have no idea. But I used to, and being with my last name starting with an R, so I used to sit in the back most of the time.
Lucky you.
Right? So I would sit there and draw on my book cover that I made.
Of
and
course.
It would then be a work of art by the time the end of the year came. And in fact, that they probably tore, and you probably had to make 2 or 3 of them for your books at that time. But I used to be really into music, and I used to like put every single band I could think of on the book cover, front and back. So I would draw like Def Leppard, and I would make the insignia just like them, Van Halen, Aerosmith, all of them, everybody. Even bands I didn't even like because it needed a spot on that book cover. I would just draw half the time in class. Like math, I never paid attention because I was so good at it. So I didn't pay attention, so I would draw the whole time.
Yeah. I had a Casio watch that gave me all the answers, so I didn't need to be good at it. And I did the same thing. I would put wrestling guys or baseball teams, and that was always my thing as a kid. So there you go. I think I booked the original WrestleMania on one of my textbooks. I had all the matches figured out, and I figured out who was going to win and who was going to lose. And I don't even know what I learned that day in elementary school, but it turned out pretty good for me, as you could see.
Yeah.
All right. 2 more things. Okay. This I thought was another cool item from my youth that was very interesting, because I don't believe that this exists any longer. I haven't been to a school supply store in a while, but back in the day, we used to get the stickers that you'd put on your books that each one had a different scent. And you would get some of the most unique scents, like, bubble gum or strawberry, but it would go all the way down to like puke, gasoline,
Scratch
all
and
this.
sniff stuff.
Those were so awesome, right? And you would literally, again, you'd trade back and forth with your kids, like, hey, I got 2 gasolines. I need I need a rainbow flower or whatever. And you could trade back and forth. Exactly. Right. And those bands deserve that recognition all the way back then, folks. Ron was doing his musical top 5s, his preferences. This has been a lifelong thing for him. And that just goes to show this man's highly dedicated.
Yep.
Yeah, scratch and sniff. Those stickers were awesome. My favorite one, I think I've mentioned it 3 times already, was gasoline. And I don't know why, but maybe that explains a little bit. I've been sniffing gasoline since I was in elementary school. Maybe it did something to my brain.
It's very addictive.
Yeah.
And you can actually suffocate and die from it. Because I used to work with troubled teens. Actually, they were pretty much all gang members, but that's besides the point. And we used to have this kid, Joe, good kid, but he was addicted to huffing gas. And there was one day where somebody gave him too much leeway, and we had caught him, literally huffing gas that for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes that he must have been over there. And he got really sick. We had to bring him to a hospital. So,
okay, I thought really that was going to end much more tragically than it did. Thank you. Hopefully Joe learned his lesson that day and he never sniffed gas again. I just meant the scratch and sniff stickers. Like, I never got that deep into my love for the smell of gasoline, because I understand that stuff will mess with your head.
It does. It really does. But I get it too, because I worked at a gas station for many years, and that smell did not bother me at all.
Sometimes that's the best smell you can get at a gas station, with some of the people that come into the store, some of the things they do in there. Sometimes you're very grateful to have that background odor to mask some of the disgustingness.
So, Becky, probably all the chemicals in my body. Same with spray paint and permanent markers. I love spray paint and permanent marker smell.
Look, I own a roofing company, and we spray paint all the pipes that come out of people's roofs. And I make that my own personal duty on every job, because may or may not have a problem with spray paint.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love the smell of those, especially like the markers. I mean, that would be the first thing. You get a marker, you open the cap, and the first thing you do is smell it.
Yeah, so good, so good. But anyways, on to a different subject, because that right there gets a little bit too deep. This is one of the things where the negative fan feedback starts coming in, because they're going to tell us it's not healthy to do that, guys. And yes, we know that. But the scratch and sniff gasoline sticker, if they still made it, I dare you to go find one, smell it, and tell me it's not one of a kind. So maybe it ruined an entire generation, and therefore it doesn't exist anymore. But in the 80s, that was my favorite. So one final thing, Ron, I know we're running kind of late on our show today.
Oh, yeah.
This is number one. This is the best thing ever in the history of school supplies. You had to have this, because if you didn't, you just weren't cool. And I made sure to get the best one every single year. And this was the forefather to the iPad, the forefather to many of these things that we have nowadays. But back in the day, we had to do everything with paper and pencil. And there was only one way you could separate everything that you needed into individual files. We didn't have Windows. We didn't have laptops. We had Trapper Keepers. And fans, if you've never had a Trapper Keeper or don't know what that is, you have no idea what you missed out on. Trapper Keeper itself was like the accessory to have in school. If you had the coolest Trapper Keeper, you instantly gained like 3 or 4 new friends every year, because they just realized, oh man, like he's got the Oakland Raiders Trapper Keeper. Like, he is so cool. And it was a contest. And there were some Trapper Keepers that were not as cool. like the plain ones. And you'd kind of look at those kids and be like, a little judgmental, not going to lie. So therefore, every year I made it a point to get the absolute coolest trapper keeper that I could possibly get. And shout out to my mom, because my mom always wanted to make sure I was cool. She would go way out of her way to make me happy and to make sure that we could find the very coolest trapper keeper, because in my book, that was the only thing you needed at school to define the level of coolness that you possessed. So welcome back to school, kids. It's a shame that none of you have any of that stuff. I saw these kids waiting for the bus today, and they were not carrying trapper keepers. I could see the dismay on their faces. We were happy to get to school to show those off. So there you go, fans.
I still get them.
They still make them?
They're so awesome.
I didn't even know they still made trapper keepers. I'm going today, and I'm going to get one for my roofing company's production department. I'm going old school starting today. I'm taking everything off my CRM, and I'm putting it in a trapper keeper because I feel like that's the best way to do things.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can still get them. You can get them in all kinds of varieties of designs. There's leopard skins. There is just like a kind of like a charcoal kind of looking thing with some green stripes, and and then there's just some bunch of triangles, and there's pictures and stuff like that. So there's still many different kinds. You can get some with ducks on them.
This actually warms my heart tremendously, because I had no idea. I thought Trapper Keeper had gone the way of the dinosaur, but no, still alive and kicking.
You can get them with dinosaurs.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a Jurassic World Rebirth trapper out there somewhere.
I'm going to go find it today.
They also still sell scratch and sniff stickers. I don't know if they have the cool ones like the skunk and all that stuff.
They don't. Oh, skunk. I forgot about that. Yeah. The skunk was a good one. I didn't know they still made those. Well, they're not as prominent as they were back in the day, because kids have new, highly technological things that entertain them much more. But
than a sticker. Yeah.
It is kind of cool that those things do still exist, because somewhere there's a kid, and he's probably a retro kid that's like, wearing his Pearl Jam shirt or something to the first day of school, and all the other kids are looking at him like he's a little bit off. But that's the kid that's right. You need to be friends with him.
See, Chuck, Ira and Lena have nothing on us. We have gone an hour and 3 minutes, have only talked 2 topics.
We're full of stuff.
I
love it. I love it. Hey.
So I'll do this one really quick, because I won't be on for the rest of the week. So, box office. The big winner was Weapons again, a horror movie. Weapons.
All right. Who stars in Weapons? I don't
see horror movies because they generally disappoint.
They scare me. I'll be the first to admit.
That was number 1 for the week. $25 million over the weekend. So it's doing pretty well. Currently ranks number 17 worldwide this year with $148.8 million. So it's doing quite well.
That's pretty dang impressive. I didn't know that movies still did that kind of volume.
Oh, they do. But it's usually the big blockbusters. This is not really a big blockbuster.
I just now heard of it.
But it's doing quite well and is making money. That's the important thing. And number 2 was Freakier Friday.
Uh-oh. I'm guessing it's a sequel to Freaky Friday.
Yes.
Quite the original title.
It made $14.5 million in week 2. Ranked number 30 overall in the year. The brand new movie Nobody 2, brand new as in sequel, that is brand new out this week, completely bombed in its debut. They expected this one to be a big movie, and it only made $9.25 million in the first week.
So it's like, who was watching? Nobody.
Yeah. This movie's going to make $13 million, and then out the door.
Named it after the viewers.
It made 14.1 worldwide. So it's only number 77 of the year.
Wah, wah,
But right now, this ranks as the biggest bust of the year.
Ooh, someone's got to be that. Unfortunately, I guess
It looks
fortunately
like
this
they're
year,
going to be
like,
it.
what was the biggest bust? Nobody. Maybe it's by
Well,
design.
Last Breath was very heavily publicized. That was Woody Harrelson, where
Okay.
they were up underwater in the submarine and all that stuff, and that only made 24.4. This movie will be lucky if it gets that,
Makes them wish
because
that Blockbuster was still a
if it
thing.
goes down 50%, Chuck, it's only another 7 million. That'll be 21.
What a bust.
Wow, that's bad.
What a bust.
Yes, Fantastic Four. First Steps was number 4, still 8.8 million. That has racked up 468.7 million worldwide for number 9 of the year.
All right, that's not bad. I'd take that.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. The Bad Guys 2, which was a wonderful movie. I saw it twice already. 7.5 million. That has made 117.4 worldwide.
Okay.
So not too bad. I would have liked to seen that be a little higher. Superman made 5.28, which I already have on my program, so I can already, if I wanted to watch it a second time, which I do not want to watch Super Crap a second time.
Oh. Harsh criticism on Going On Daily, fans.
Yeah, 5.28 million. It has made $594.5 million for number 7 worldwide this year.
Wow, number 7 only.
And that's where it's going to stop. It's not going any higher than number 7.
Superman is not ascending to the top.
No, he is not. Another movie to me that sounds like it is a big bust is the Naked Gun remake.
Well, some things should just be left alone.
Right, exactly. 4.8 million. It has made so far $72.8 million worldwide. That might not even cover Liam Neeson.
Same thing at this point.
So similar. Like Liam Neeson's salary might be higher than that at this point.
And that also stars Pamela Anderson, correct?
Oh, does it? I don't even know.
I think so. I saw the other day that those two
are
are dating.
Now you know why they're in a romance. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Doing a movie together means doing it together.
Indeed.
Number 8 was Jurassic World, probably in its last week out there, 2.9 million. That is the number 4 worldwide movie this year with $828.5 million. Now, that sounds great until you realize that every other Jurassic Park World sequel made over $1 billion. So it's still got
a shot, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make it. I mean, it has to do really well outside the U.S. because getting 3 million this week, it would only make another.
We're not going to get another 100 million next week here in the States.
Yeah, F1 still in the top 10. How about that, right? Brad Pitt, F1 the movie, 2.66. That has made $590 million worldwide. Tell me that's not a blockbuster right there.
Indeed.
F1
People
came
love
out of
F1.
nowhere to me.
And I would venture to guess that F1 is probably more popular in other countries than it is in America, because probably. F1 itself is not as popular in America as it is worldwide. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Days of Thunder 2. That's coming. And that's going to be the one. I believe
they're actually making that.
That's going to be the one.
Yeah. Tom Cruise has got to try to get back what he lost on Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, where it got its butt whooped by Lilo and Stitch.
Well, if you've got to put everything in and you got to put all the chips on the table, Days of Thunder is the way to go.
Yeah. Maybe.
We'll
maybe.
see. I bet it
Number
sucks.
10. Number 10 was Shin Godzilla 1.62. Limited screenings and stuff like that. So
Still
that was
showed
it.
up in
That
the
was the
top
top
10.
10.
Just imagine if you had unlimited screenings, you probably could have been number one this
Yeah, I don't
week.
know why they do that. Like, why on you
They
not
must know the
maybe?
demographics, and it's like, you know what? We're not going to put it in these areas because it probably will tank, and we'll put it in the areas where it's going to be really, really good. And seems like that strategy may have worked
Yeah,
in this
I
case.
don't know really anything about this movie.
It's got the word Godzilla in it. I mean,
I know you would think that it would do well.
yeah, can't be a terrible film.
Probably not. So that is the box office. Wow. Wow. You might have to save your next one for the next time.
We will. I'm all about that. We got a lot of good traffic out of today's topics, and
Oh, we did.
we maximized our vocal capacities today, fans. Thank you to everybody who's watched.
Yeah, the big topics are probably, the Beatles meeting Bob Dylan, apparently 1964, not 1958. 6-year difference.
Terrible.
Scratch and sniffs. That's always a favorite. Jordans, getting sneakers. Yeah,
We had ourselves quite the episode.
we did.
And
We did.
I must say, what a great way to kick off the week. I've enjoyed my Monday morning. It goes downhill from here. Although this week I'm going to be traveling to Dallas. There's a 3-day roofing event, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's going to be probably about 3,500 to 5,000 roofing contractors estimated. And every single one of them's my friend. So I can't wait to see a bunch of my buddies. We're going to go play simulator golf. We're going to have the Roofer Olympics. And we are going to learn from some of the most incredible people, not just in our industry, but in the world. So I will be back next Monday with a whole new plethora of knowledge,
There
and
we
I might
go.
share some of it with everyone here on Going On Daily.
Thank you, Slam Jerry. I'm glad you really enjoy our content. Keep watching. Next episode will be tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 a.m. if you're in Edmonton, 7 if you're on the Pacific Coast, and 9 if you're in Central Time. So watch Kyle and Sharon together tomorrow, and always a great show. So you never know what you're going to learn when you come here, whether we have the fact right or not. We try our best. So join us tomorrow morning, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. I had fun.
It was a blast. I did. And honestly, at the end of the day, like I say with my own podcast, even if nobody else had fun or loved it, I did. And that's really all that I'm looking for, is to gather joy from it. So
Yeah, thank
another
you,
wonderful
Slam
Monday
Pig.
morning. I really look forward to my Mondays every week now. And this has become really a key, fun part of my weekly kickoff. So
It gets a great way to start off the week, right?
yeah, I got
So
a
thank
podcast
you.
this evening at 9 p.m. So I'll be warmed up and ready to go.
Thank you, Slam Pig, for being here. Thank you, Danny, Sharon, Becky, Lena, Kenny, Slam Jerry. I know there was somebody else as well. If I can find them.
Hambone,
Yeah, everybody. Thank you for watching, whether it's now or post live. Enjoy the show. Don't forget to throw out those comments, and keep sharing, everybody. Have a great day.